Early life and background. Oleh Volodymyrovych Husyev was born on November 25, 1983, in the Ukrainian city of Kiev, during the final years of the Soviet Union. Growing up in a football-loving family, Oleh was introduced to the sport at a young age. His father, an engineer, and his mother, a schoolteacher, both supported his passion for football, enrolling him in a local youth academy where his skills began to develop. As a child, Husyev showed a natural flair for football, which led to him joining one of the most prominent youth football academies in Ukraine, the Dynamo Kyiv youth system. Dynamo Kyiv, the most successful football club in the country's history, was known for producing top-level players, and Husyev's early years in the academy helped shape him into a talented, disciplined footballer. Growing up in a city steeped in football tradition, he was exposed to the competitive nature of the sport from a very young age. By the time he was 10 years old, Husyev was already showing promise as a future professional footballer. His technical ability, football intelligence, and versatility made him stand out among his peers. He played as a midfielder, a position that would become his specialty in his senior career. While excelling at the youth level, Husyev was quickly recognized as one of the brightest prospects in Ukrainian football. Joining Dynamo Kyiv. In 2001, at the age of 17, Husyev made the leap from the youth ranks to Dynamo Kyiv's senior team. The club, under the management of legendary coaches, was one of the strongest teams in Eastern Europe, regularly competing in the UEFA Champions League and fighting for top honors in Ukrainian domestic football. This was a significant step for Husyev, as he had now joined the senior squad of one of the most prestigious clubs in the region. Husyev made his debut for Dynamo Kyiv in the Ukrainian Premier League in the 2001-2002 season. His early appearances showed flashes of his potential as he demonstrated both technical ability and a natural understanding of the game. As a midfielder, he was known for his excellent passing range, vision, and ability to break up opposition attacks. His work ethic and versatility also stood out, as he was comfortable both defensively and offensively, making him a key player in Dynamo's midfield. In his first few seasons with the senior team, Husyev struggled to become a regular starter, as the squad was stacked with experienced players. However, his breakthrough came in the 2004-2005 season, when he became an integral part of the team. By this point, Husyev had proven himself to be a reliable and consistent performer, contributing to both Dynamo's attacking play and defensive solidity. His performances in the league were impressive, and he helped Dynamo Kyiv maintain its position as one of the best teams in Ukraine. Rise to prominence in Ukrainian football. Husyev's rise to prominence came during the mid-2000s when Dynamo Kyiv was a dominant force in Ukrainian football. The club regularly contested for domestic titles, and Husyev was one of the cornerstones of the team's midfield. His work ethic, passing ability, and leadership qualities made him one of the standout players in the Ukrainian Premier League. During this period, Dynamo Kyiv achieved significant success, winning several Ukrainian Premier League titles and domestic cups. Husyev's performances in European competitions also did not go unnoticed. He played a crucial role in helping Dynamo Kyiv progress in the UEFA Champions League, where they faced some of Europe's top clubs. His ability to perform in high-pressure situations in international football made him one of Ukraine's most promising footballing talents. By 2006, Husyev had cemented his place as one of the key players for Dynamo Kyiv. His vision, passing accuracy, and tactical awareness were all major attributes that set him apart from many of his contemporaries. Moreover, his ability to contribute defensively and offensively, with a strong sense of positioning and defensive tracking, made him an incredibly valuable asset to the team. International career with Ukraine. Husyev's performances at Dynamo Kyiv quickly earned him recognition from the Ukrainian national team. In 2005, he made his debut for Ukraine, representing his country in World Cup qualifiers. He soon became an important part of the national team, gaining praise for his work rate and tactical awareness. His versatility in midfield allowed the national team's coach to deploy him in a variety of roles, contributing both defensively and offensively. Husyev's international career reached its peak during the 2006 FIFA World Cup in Germany. Ukraine, under coach Oleh, performed admirably in the tournament, making it all the way to the quarter-finals. Husyev played an integral part in Ukraine's campaign, showcasing his ability to link up play, provide defensive cover, and offer support in attack. His disciplined performances helped Ukraine achieve one of the country's most successful World Cup campaigns to date. Though Ukraine ultimately lost to Italy in the quarter-finals, Husyev's performances were widely praised, and he solidified his reputation as one of the top midfielders in Ukrainian football. Following the World Cup, he continued to be a regular for Ukraine, featuring in both European Championship qualifiers and World Cup qualifiers, maintaining his role as a mainstay in the national team for many years. Successful seasons at Dynamo Kyiv. Following the 2006 World Cup, Husyev continued to play an important role at Dynamo Kyiv, helping the club win multiple Ukrainian Premier League titles and domestic cups. The club's success during this period helped further elevate Husyev's status as one of the best midfielders in Eastern Europe. One of Husyev's most significant achievements with Dynamo Kyiv came in the 2008-2009 season, when the club won the Ukrainian Premier League title. Husyev played a pivotal role in this success, contributing both offensively and defensively throughout the season. His leadership on the pitch and his ability to dictate the tempo of the game were crucial to Dynamo Kyiv's success. In addition to domestic honors, Husyev helped Dynamo Kyiv reach the latter stages of European competitions during his time at the club. His performances in the UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa League allowed the club to compete with Europe's elite teams, although they were unable to claim the prestigious titles in these tournaments. Nevertheless, Husyev's consistency at the highest level of European football contributed to Dynamo Kyiv's international reputation. Moved to Alanya Vladikavkaz in later years. In 2012, after spending over a decade at Dynamo Kyiv, Husyev moved to the Russian club Alanya Vladikavkaz, where he spent a brief period in his career. Though his time in Russia was short-lived, Husyev continued to show his talent and leadership in the midfield. After his brief stint in Russia, Husyev returned to Ukraine, where he played for several more seasons, eventually transitioning to a more senior role within the Ukrainian national team and his club side. He played for smaller clubs in Ukraine, but by this stage of his career, Husyev had firmly established himself as one of the country's top midfielders, known for his hard work, dedication, and leadership on the pitch. Retirement and legacy. Husyev retired from professional football in 2017, having enjoyed a career that spanned over 16 years at the top level of Ukrainian football. While his playing career may not have been as high profile as some of his contemporaries, Husyev is remembered as a tireless worker, a technically gifted midfielder, and a key figure in the success of both Dynamo Kyiv and the Ukrainian national team. After retiring, Husyev transitioned to a coaching career, where he looked to use his extensive experience to guide the next generation of Ukrainian footballers. He became involved in youth development programs and coaching, offering his expertise in midfield play and leadership to young players. Oleh Husyev's legacy in Ukrainian football is one of dedication, professionalism, and consistency. His contributions to Dynamo Kyiv's domestic and international successes, as well as his role in Ukraine's 2006 World Cup campaign, ensure that he is remembered as one of the country's finest midfielders. His influence extends beyond his playing days, as he continues to contribute to the development of football in Ukraine, helping to shape the future of the sport in the country.